Hey everyone, and welcome. In today's incredibly fast-paced tech world, getting to a state of true IT agility, well, that's the ultimate goal, right? But how do you actually get there? In this quick explainer, we're going to break down how you can speed up your development, manage all that complexity, and really future-proof your operations.
Hello, I'm an expert from WeblineIndia, and our whole world revolves around helping businesses just like yours transform their operations using some seriously powerful tech. So think of me as your guide today as we dive into what it really takes to achieve that IT agility. Let's get right into it.
All right, first up, let's talk about the challenges. We really have to understand the why before we can even get to the how. So many businesses are bumping up against the same common hurdles when it comes to building software today.
Let me ask you this. Does this sound familiar? You've got a fantastic idea for a new feature, but getting it out to your customers takes months. Or maybe you feel like you're constantly fighting fires, just dealing with one unexpected system outage after another. All that growing complexity can feel, well, pretty overwhelming.
Well, the good news is, if you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. So many companies are struggling to keep up. But the even better news is that there really is a proven, better way to build and manage your software. And that is exactly what we're here to talk about.
So what are these game-changing tools and concepts? Let's pull back the curtain a little and demystify the technology that makes all this modern agility even possible.
Okay, so the first huge piece of this puzzle is something called DevOps Cloud Services. You've probably heard the term buzzing around, but what does it actually mean in practice?
At its core, it's basically a collection of really powerful tools and platforms. And their whole job is to let your teams build, test, and launch your applications with incredible speed and reliability. The big goal here is to make the entire process, from start to finish, as efficient and automatic as possible, all powered by the cloud.
Okay, let's quickly run through these key components, because this is where the magic happens. First, you got CI/CD. That's just a fancy way of saying we automate your entire release process. Then there's infrastructure as code, or IAC. This is awesome. It lets you define your servers and networks with code so everything is repeatable. Next, you have tools like Kubernetes for container orchestration, which is like the traffic cop for all your apps. And finally, monitoring gives you that constant insight to make sure everything is running just the way it should be.
So those are the core pieces of a modern DevOps setup. But, all these tools don't just exist in a bubble. And that brings us to another critical piece of the puzzle, cloud integration solutions. So how do they fit in?
I love this analogy. Think of cloud integration as the digital glue. You see, today's apps aren't these single giant blocks of code anymore. They're made up of lots of different services, data sources, and APIs that all have to talk to each other perfectly, whether they're in the cloud or on your own servers. Integration is that glue that makes all that seamless communication happen. Okay, so now we get the tools, we get the concepts. The next logical question is, how do we actually put this stuff into practice? Let's talk about what that journey to agility really looks like.
It all sounds great in theory, right? But the question I hear all the time is, how does a business actually do this? How do you get from being slow and manual to fast and automated? Well, this transformation is absolutely a journey. It's not some magic switch you flip. It all starts with taking a really good look at where you are today, your current workflows and infrastructure. From there, we design automated pipelines that are tailored specifically for you. Then comes the critical part, adopting automation everywhere, not just for testing. And finally, we integrate really solid monitoring to create these powerful feedback loops that help you get better and better over time. And this journey looks a little different depending on where you're starting from. If it's a greenfield project, that's building something totally new from scratch. We can apply these principles right from day one. But for a brownfield project where you're updating systems you already have, the transformation is a bit more gradual, often modernizing those older parts piece by piece.
Okay, now for my favorite part. The part everyone really wants to know. What's the payoff? What are the real-world results you can actually expect when you go on this journey?
This one quote pretty much says it all. Just imagine going from releasing new features maybe once a quarter to doing it every single week. This is from a real company we worked with, and it completely transformed their ability to innovate and compete. Just incredible. Let's dig into that example a little more. For this mid-sized logistics company, putting these DevOps principles in place led directly to them getting products to market way faster. By automating their systems, they saw a huge drop in system outages, which saved them a ton of money and headaches. It also lowered their server costs and gave them that seamless real-time data flow that was absolutely critical for their business.
So, you might be wondering, how do I get started on my own agility journey? Well, the key is partnering with an expert who can really guide you through the entire process.
Because here's the most important takeaway. Achieving this level of agility isn't just about buying the right software. It is all about having the right strategy and the deep expertise to make all those moving parts work together perfectly.
And honestly, that's exactly where we come in. At WeblineIndia, our bread and butter is providing that expertise, whether it's through custom software, building amazing mobile and web apps, or even using cutting-edge AI and automation to make your whole operation run smoother. So, if you're ready to stop putting out fires and start accelerating your delivery, it's probably time to connect. Let's have a chat about how we can future-proof your operations together.
And it's super easy to get in touch. You can visit us online to see some of our work at WeblineIndia.com or just shoot a direct email over to info@WeblineIndia.com. We would absolutely love to hear from you.
Hey, we really hope you got some value out of this explainer. To stay up to date with all our latest insights, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for your time. And we'll just leave you with one final question to think about. Are you ready to truly transform your IT operations?